Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Komorebi live programming video. Komorebi is a tiling window manager for Windows written in the Rust programming language. In the last video, I did a little bit of work on integrating, very nice, these animated transitions. I like them so much, you know, it's really hard for me if I turn them off now. It just doesn't feel right. So this is such a beautiful new feature that I'm so excited for. It still needs a little bit of work, but I managed to bring in the initial work done on this by the art Turca, who really did so much of the heavy lifting, you know, all of the math regarding, I mean, like, this whole file is so big and so full of math and floating 64-bit integer manipulation, evaluation. A lot of it is over my head, if I'm being honest, but it works and it's beautiful. So we pulled in this was the last commit that the art had pushed to their branch. I brought the whole branch in and we took a look at fixing this bug. The border window does not update properly with window. Don't know how to fix it. So why don't we take a quick look at the changes that I ended up committing. So I don't really understand these changes. Clippy told me do this, it's safer. So apparently in Rust you should not do straight floating point integer equality tests. You should do t minus the thing absolute and then check if it is less than the epsilon. So pretty much everything in this file is just that, right? We go on to what I did is I added this set focused border window manager event because we realized that we had a concurrency problem. So here we just changed the use of window to self to be a bit more rustic. And so we realized that the border update was happening on the main thread immediately after this function was being called, right? So what this function does is it starts off some stuff that's happening in a thread, and actually we want to wait until the last action in that thread, and then once that is done we want to send a message saying, hey, we gotta reset this focused border window all over again. We changed some result types that didn't need to be result types. Some work just doing the plumbing, adding the new enum variant here for the window manager event. And finally responding to that window manager event. Actually, this is not quite the response just yet, so what this change did was, this is in the workspace update function. It's quite big, I'm not gonna go all the way to the top. But basically, we had gotten to a point where we said, okay, how about we just don't show the border, like we stop showing the border, we hide the border when we know that an animation is about to start. And then we let the other border code that exists in process event, why don't we just let that bring the border back once we receive this window manager event. So that is where we're going to pick up from. And there are a few more changes that I wanted to make, right? So right now, why don't we close everything that we don't need. So in process event, this is now... This gets called on every event, right? This set border position. But we're now emitting like a whole bunch of events, right? So if we go to the workspace, oh my god. JetBrains, let me be. Alright, so we have the workspace update function. And from here, we loop through all of the windows, like towards the end of the function. Once we have the layout, we loop through all of the windows into iter, enumerate, and then we set the position. When we set the position, these latest animation changes, if animation is enabled, it sends us off to run this animate position function method. It's a method since it's on the struct. And then each one of those is running this thread, right, to animate itself. So what that means is, like, right now I have 3 windows on the screen. I'm going to send this event 3 times, and this is going to get set 3 times, which is quite wasteful. So we only want this to be sent if the window that this is being called on is the focused window. So I think we have something in Windows API, foreground window. We get the foreground window, and let's say if foreground window is self-copy.hwnd, because this is returning an isize, which is the hwnd. So we can make this a bit nicer here, right? So only send this message. I think we want to change the name of this message, to be honest. It's not a great message. So this is actually kind of like focus change. Why don't we call this focus window focused window move with oh, I don't know. Naming is so hard. Update focused window border. I think that's a bit better. So we send this message. Great. But the other thing is, right, like if we move up and look at some of this code, I think actually we want to move this disabling of the border up. Because, I mean, let's have a look at the logic here. First, this is not going to work if we are making a window monocle. It's also not going to work if we're making a window maximized. It's only going to work if we're in one of the layouts like these that permits multiple windows. So why don't we just say that if animation is enabled and the workspace has tiling enabled. Yeah, that's right. So if the workspace has tiling enabled and the user has animation enabled, then let's hide the border before we do anything else. Eventually, this window, the focused window, will have set position called. Set position will call animate position. And animate position on the focused window only will send this update focused window border event. Now, in the main loop, this will be ignored. But in the second match, which handles all of the border related stuff, we will eventually get our target window and we'll set our border position. But then we had this other issue, right? We had this other issue. So let me see if I can get this up on, whoa. Let me see if I can get this up on here. So I posted a video on Hackydom sharing this. God. Can you see the bug? I'll play it again. So the bug is that the cursor is not moving, right? So I'll move this down, but the cursor will not be in the right place. See? The cursor should be with the focused window. And again, this is one of those, thread concurrency things. So we have is it center cursor in rect, and this is typically called when we call the focus function, and the focus function is usually handled, but again, because we need to wait until the end of the animation, we need to handle this in process event, basically the same way that we're redrawing the border here after receiving this new message. So in this case, we're gonna say, so we'll set the border position, and then we'll say if matches, so if the event is this event with any window, well, we know at this point that we're already going to be at the target window. The target window is the focused window, so we just care that if this event that we're handling is the update focused window border event, which can only be sent foreground window, which can only be sent if animate position is being called on the foreground window. If we get that, then let's call focus one more time, and we will pass focus, mouse follows focus, which should be on the window manager struct. Yes, it is. How about that? That is some pretty cool stuff. I think it's some pretty cool stuff. So let's compile. We're gonna stop, just install Komorebi. Oh, that's not good. If maybe missing an else clause. Oh, alright, this needs to return a result, so once we get to the end of the else, let's just return OK. Unused result. Huh? Alright, let's run bacon on this. Which also doesn't help. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to make this a bit smaller. Okay. Move window. There we go. I think that did it. Not that. Let's try this again. And it looks like we are good. It looks like we're good. Alright, so let's Komorebi C start. Alright, so now I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with that bug, but alright, this is doing what we want it to. So the cursor is, I don't know why I'm pointing. The cursor is on the left. If I move IntelliJ, Rust Rover, whatever to the right, the cursor is once again here where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to travel with the focused window. So it's here. Nice, 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 nice. And if we Komorebi C log, we can see that. Oh, why were you sent twice? Well, it's sent on the same one. Well, it's better than it being sent for every single window. Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah, maybe it's the specific window. Meh. I can live with it. It's not the end of the world. And it's already a step up from every single window on the monitor like it was before. Yeah. I think that is a good day's work. I'm so excited for this feature. So freaking excited. Yep, this is all looking good. Let's just run thumped. It's always good to thumped. It's always good to thumped. Because you'll find stuff like this. So let's get Clippy, Bacon. Gotta make it a bit smaller so that I can actually read the output. Ooh, I still need to look into this self in progress. Not sure about that. Need to do some more. So we have a pedantic lint, which is, oh, we're actually here just now. We just got to make sure that we add a semicolon for consistent formatting. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with that indeed. I'll look at this offline or maybe online tomorrow. I don't have that much time today, so I just wanted to get this in, and because like now I'm using this branch all of the time because like I said, I can't live without it anymore. Like if I do Komorebi C animate disable and like I'm just doing this, it doesn't look right anymore. It just doesn't look right. I need to have that smoothness. Anyway, I'll stop playing around. What are we on? 19 minutes. Good time to wrap up. I am going to give a shout out to the sponsors, but especially once again, I want to give a huge shout out to the art. Where is his contribution? Animation. I mean, yeah, this person, thank this person profusely for all of the work that they have done on animations. They have done the large majority of the lifting, and if this person had not done the work, we would not have animations. That's all I'm gonna say. So thank you again so very much. And now on to the sponsors who make all of this work possible and very pleasant, actually. Alright, thank you to private sponsor number 1, private sponsor number 2. Thank you to Timothy EFL1P, classic read-only member. This is a new one, I think. Welcome, new subscriber, read-only member subscriber. Very happy to have you. Thank you, Solomon, Julian, Evan, Maxwell, Acelink, Leandro, Alex, Bigsby. Bigsby's avatar is very immediately recognizable. Thank you, Bigsby. Surefire as well. Thank you, Surefire. And thank you, Michael. And of course, thank you, Hisayuki. Though I think my Japanese is a little rusty. I think this says Yoke. So Hisayuki, if there is a story behind the avatar Yoke, let me know in the Discord. I am curious. Anyway, if you would also like to be a sponsor, you can reach the sponsor page by going to the repository. There's a button here on the top, there is a button here on the side. Click either of those and you'll be brought to this page. You can be a one-time sponsor, you can be a monthly sponsor, and honestly, even if it is just for $1 a month, your sponsorship means a great deal to me, and I appreciate it so much, especially since I have been laid off and I don't have a source of income right now. However, if you are not in a position to become a sponsor, the very next best thing that you can do is subscribe to the YouTube channel where you are most likely watching this video right now. The reason that I say this is because right now we are on 856 subscribers. However, if you click on any of these tutorial videos for Komorebi, any of my NixOS videos, any of my live programming videos, you're probably going to see some ads. And I'm not eligible to receive a cut of that ad revenue until I reach 1,000 subscribers, which is the minimum number of subscribers required to apply for the YouTube Partner Program. So if you subscribe, that is just such a great passive way to help support this project over the long run. Alright my friends, that is it. We are done for today. I hope that whatever you all do today, you have a great day. Free Palestine, and I'll see you all back here next time.